Welcome to the show. Welcome to Your Thought Life podcast. I am your host, Michael Anderson. If you haven't already, do take a moment and leave us a rating and a review to help us reach other people seeking this style of content. The information that we get from the folks who write in suggests that their lives are being changed. And if we can nudge the algorithm to share this with more people, that is, in fact, our goal to help as many people as we can. Thank you so much for your support. Today, we're jumping into the topic of words that empower versus words that destroy. There's research from the University of California that shows on average, people speak around 16,000 words per day. And that means we have 16,000 opportunities daily to either build ourselves up or others up or tear either of the two down. The words you choose carry more weight than you might imagine. They're not just sound, they shape beliefs, influence emotions, and direct outcomes. And as the old proverb goes, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Our words have significantly more worth than we attribute to them. They have a level of impact that I don't know on a day-to-day basis that we are consciously aware of. So check this out. Psychologists at Harvard found that self-talk, whether constructive or destructive, has a direct effect on motivation and confidence. The human brain responds to languages as if they were reality. If you're repeatedly telling yourself, I'm not good enough, your brain decodes that as fact. There's absolutely no pushback whatsoever. Inversely, affirming, I'm resourceful and capable, trains your neurological pathways to believe just that. And that's why words are mental programming, family. We've got to become acutely aware of what we're saying about ourselves, our situations, and others. So let's compare and contrast words that destroy versus words that empower. Let's start with the former. Words that create doubt, fear, or shame, phrases like I can't, I'm always failing, or this is impossible, act as self-fulfilling prophecies. And neurological research confirms that negative language increases cortisol levels in the brain. This triggers stress and lowers problem-solving capabilities. So when leaders, parents, and managers use destructive words, the impact is multiplied. A boss saying you'll never make it in this role doesn't just damage morale, it can also reduce performance by up to 40%, according to studies on workplace psychology. Destructive words tear down, but empowering words build up. Let's take a look at that. Empowering words unlock growth, truth, and resilience. Statements like, I'm learning, this challenge is an opportunity, or I trust myself to figure it out. These types of comments fuel confidence and creativity. When leaders use words like we, together, possibility, they create the environment for collaboration and hope. To the extent that we're able to do this repetitively, we have this community effect that takes place where everybody gets really comfortable with participating in this type of construct. It's a very, very powerful set of vibrations. In fact, Gallup data shows that employees who receive regular, empowering feedback are 3.6 times more likely to be engaged in their work than those that are not. The difference is literally night and day. One word can shift the entire outcome and trajectory of an individual, a team, or a community. We need to make a shift. The shift has to be to the side where empowerment is the norm and away from disempowerment, or negative. Word selection has to become a very intentional component of what we do when we communicate. Let me tell you why. Cognitive behavior therapy shows that thoughts create emotions, which then drive behaviors. Language is the primary way, family, that we give form to those words. So, saying it a wee bit differently, the words you use don't just describe your life, they design it. If you're constantly speaking empowering words, you are rewiring your brain to see positivity instead of obstacles. Everything that you go through is an opportunity for you to grow and develop if you're in an empowering mindset. It also puts you in growth mode. Do the opposite, now you're in the fixed mindset and you do not have the wherewithal or the internal locus of control to change that dynamic without first making a clear distinction between empowerment and destructive and choosing intentionally empowering over negative. It wouldn't be one of our shows if we didn't give you some practical application tips that you can leverage right away to start to put form and practice to the concepts. I want you to notice how often you use disempowering phrases, and I simply want you to replace them with I'm learning, I'm improving, or I am whatever. Next, I want you to reframe your challenges. Instead of saying this is too hard or oh my God, this is so difficult, I want you to say that this is stretching me and helping me to grow. I want to grow. I welcome small change in incremental format. And then I want you to empower others. Use words of encouragement generously. There's no price associated with it. Simple statements like, I believe in you. I appreciate what you bring can literally change someone's entire day, state, and mood. Not only for that time period, but it can have a compounding effect on them. And then finally, develop affirmations that support what you want to become, what you want to do, what you want to achieve. And just create a short list of power phrases that you can repeat daily. Like, I am capable. I am resourceful. I can learn anything. I'm a work in progress. These types of words will literally set you up for success and put you in the right mindset to choose empowerment over negativity. Nathaniel Hawthorne says that words so innocent and powerless as they are, as standing in a dictionary, how potent for good and evil they become in the hands of one who knows how to combine them. I want you to think about what you're thinking about. I want you to think about what you're about to say and only deliver that which is empowering. I'm just going to ask you to go forth and do good at this point. And thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. Do consider leaving us a review if you haven't already. Feel free to connect with us through our Linktree link. It's available in the show notes. And I want to remind you, you are enough. You can do it. You are uniquely equipped to realize your goals. Until next time, take care and keep using empowering words.